こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください。Greetings, everyone. Today we are studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask me at any time. We're continuing with Immersion with Card Captor Sakura.
子はもうねなあかん時間やで。やった！試験頑張ってください。これどうぞ。試験頑張ってください。これどうぞ。
試験頑張ってください。これどうぞ。That's probably the word for exam. Shiken. Examination, exam, test. Okay, so that's made from test, try, attempt, experiment, and verification, effect, testing. So, shiten, ganbatte kudasai, kore dozo, or do your best, or let's see, the other way of saying it was give it your all, or hang in there for your test. Do your best on your test, please. Or more literally, please give me you doing your best on your test. And then koredozo. Now this ano, since it's not with a noun, is more like the ano. If it was with a noun, it would be more like that, the word that. But since it's by itself, it means more like And then koredozo. So this, and then dozo is what you say when you give someone to something to someone. Let's see. Please, kindly, I pray. Those, by all means. Yeah, here it's being used more like a verb. So yeah, to give. So, Shiken ganbatte kudasai kore dozo. If you remember from the previous stream, our brother's has a test tomorrow, a major test tomorrow.
試験頑張ってください。これどうぞ。
どうした？
さくらちゃん。
肉まん。
ああ、夜食か。サンキュー。
Yeah, nikuman, or in other words, actually, let's do one at a time. Nikuman is these little bread things right here. Meat-filled buns. Steamed bun with meat filling. Let's see, the word man by itself, what is that? Where does man come from, and nikuman? Is a shortened form of manto, which originally referred to the Chinese steam bun known as boazoi. Okay, so it's from let's see, manto. Or maybe it's manju. Manju, steamed yeast bun with filling. So that's the man in this Nikuman. It's just short of manju.
どうした？
さくらちゃん。
肉まん。
ああ、夜食か。サンキュー。
Yashoku. Supper, night meal, late night snack, fourth meal, midnight snack. In this context, it's probably like a late night snack. Yeah, so yeah, late night. Yashoku. Night, evening, and this is not just any evening. This is like late into the evening. Kanji generally used for late into the evening, or yoru tends to refer to this is later in the night. Like earlier in the nights, generally referred to as, let's see. Yeah. You. So Yuhan? Yeah, you. Yeah, this is generally what we use for earlier in the night. You, and as you see, the other one is this kanji right here. So for Yashoku. So Yashoku. Yashoku ka Thankyou. Now notice he said Thankyou, okay. So in Japanese, one way to say thank you is to say the numbers 3, 7. No, 3, 8, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 3, 8, because they're the numbers san and q. And it sounds like the English thank you. So san q. So shoku ka Thankyou.
さくらちゃん。
肉まん。
ああ、夜食か。サンキュー。ユキ、腹減ってたんだろ？
肉まん。
ああ、夜食か。サンキュー。ユキ、腹減ってたんだろ？
Yuki. Something. Tetan daro un. Yes.
食か。サンキュー。ユキ、腹減ってたんだろ？
Why does it not recognize this word? To decrease heru. Is he saying bara heru? Let's see. Bara heteta. Let's see if it's saying that. Bara heteta.
肉
ああ、夜食か。サンキュー。ユキ、腹減ってたんだろ。ああ、夜食か。サンキュー。ユキ、腹減ってたんだろ。
Yeah, hara hair, so I don't know why it's saying ba here. Oh, I see. This is abdomen, stomach, and then you. That's Yuki. You must be hungry, right? Yes. Okay. So yeah, that's basically just okay. So abdomen, stomach, belly. Okay, hara, and then to decrease, to diminish. Ex Explain the grammar of. Let's see. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, not. There's no O in there. It's hara. Hetetan. Explain this in more detail. Heteta, okay. Is from hete ita, okay. To decrease, to diminish. In this phrase, hara heru, it literally means stomach decreases, which is an idiomatic way to say to get hungry. Okay, to express past continuous state was hungry or had been hungry. You combine the te form with the auxiliary verb eat. Okay. Good. Gemination su. Okay. Het simple past got hungry. Heteta past progressive was hungry or had been hungry. Focus on the ongoing state of hunger over a period of time. Why not use hete iru? choice between hete ita and hete iru depends entirely on the time frame of the hunger relative to the conversation. Hete iru meaning you're hungry right now. Used if the person is currently hungry, their stomach is growling now, or they're looking for food now. Hete ita, past state, you were hungry back then. Used if the hunger happened in the past, it is likely over because they just ate. Why hete ita fits in this phrase? You must have been hungry. The speaker is making a deduction about the past to explain a completed action. Okay. Scenario: the listener just finished eating. No, that's not it. Logic. The person still has not eaten yet, though. Let's see. Emphasis on duration. Even if the hunger continues into the present, the speaker uses the past progressive teta to highlight that the state of hunger started in the past and has continued up until now. So, nuance, you've been hungry for a while, haven't you? Context. The speaker likely observes signs of long-term hunger. The person looks exhausted. It's very late, or they haven't eaten since morning. The focus is on the accumulated time they spent hungry, not on just the current moment. Comparison with present form. You're hungry right now, I guess. Okay, the current focus, the current state, it sounds like a simple observation of the present moment. Why, hate tan daro? You must have been hungry all this time. Focus, the past leading up to now. It expresses empathy and realization about the ordeal of being hungry for a long period of time, even if they are still hungry. If they haven't eaten yet, hate ta is natural if the speaker wants to say, looking at you, I can tell you've been suffering from hunger for quite some time, and likely still are. Okay, it acknowledges a history of their hunger, whereas hateru would simply acknowledge their current feeling. Yuki, hara hetetan daro un. Let's see. So, Yuki, you must have been hungry all this time. Yes, okay. Yuki, hara hetetan daro un. Heru, to decrease. So we're literally saying stomach decrease. Okay. To mean hungry.
さくらちゃん。
肉まん。
ああ、夜食か。サンキュー。ユキ、腹減ってたんだろ。
ありがとう、さくらちゃん。
もう遅いから寝ろよ。
おやすみ。
腹減ってたんだろ。
ありがとう、さくらちゃん。
ユキ、腹減ってたんだろ。
ありがとう、さくらちゃん。
もう遅いから寝ろよ。
Mosu. Wait, he sounded like he said Mosugu.
腹減ってたんだろ。
ありがとう、さくらちゃん。
もう遅いから寝ろよ。
Osoi. Late, okay. Slow or late? Okay. I think in this case it's late, so mo osoi, so it's already late. So mo osoi kara nero yo. Or Since it's already late, go to sleep. Or shall you go to sleep? Basically suggesting to go to sleep because it's late at night. もう遅いから寝ろ. Oh, that's right. This is not volitional. This is imperative. That's right. Ichidans, their imperative, it has an O in it instead of an E in it. So it's an imperative like giving the command of go to sleep. Genero. Mo osoi kara nero yo. Then which is like here it's kind of hard to tell from context because she could just be stuttering like yes, but also the longer also means no in Japanese. So right now she's just like stuttering either yes or no. Uh let's see, translator seems to think that's yes, okay. I guess that's because of the space. Like you can see there's a space in it. I guess that's to give context that this is not one word. This is her basically incompletely saying the first time and then saying completely the second time. So, もう遅いから寝ろよ、
ありがとう、さくらちゃん。
もう遅いから寝ろよ。
おやすみ。
おやすみなさい。
もう遅いから寝ろよ。
おやすみ。
おやすみなさい。肉まんしか言えなかった。
肉まん。let's see, 肉まんしか言えなかった。So shika is used is sort of like accept. So she's literally saying was not able to say. So its first EU gets oh, that's right. Let me conjugate this correctly. That's right. Isn't the word ieru? Let's see. What are the different words of EU? Wait, no, I'm thinking kite and miru, not, yeah, iru, that's just one, that's right. I'm thinking kite and miru that have different words. Okay, so first it's EU, then it's potential form ieru, so able to say. Then negative potential ienai, and then negative potential past ienakata. So not able to say. And then so shika is how you say except for essentially. So she was not able to say anything except nikuman. Or nikuman shika ienakata. Nothing but except. So nikuman shika ienakata. Yeah, shika can only be used with negative verbs.
おやすみなさい。 かった。はよねや、電気消すで。肉まんしか言えなかった。はよねや、電気消すで。
See. Let's see. Hayone. Hayone ya Genki.
肉まんしか言えなかった。はよねや、電気消すで。
Oh, Kesu. Okay, that's what it was.
肉まんしか言えなかった。はよね。
Yeah. Hayo ne ya Genki Kesu de. So, Genki is used to either mean electricity or lights. In this case, he's referring to it as lights, but the kanji literally comes from electricity, essentially. So this is like first kanji is like electricity, second is like air, spirit, mind. So in other words, he's going to turn off the lights. Let's see, in this ne here though. Explain the grammar of is a colloquial dialect heavy command. Okay. It doesn't. Hayo, quickly. Oh, that's right. Hayo is the Kansai band way of saying Hayoku. Oh, Hayaku. Yeah, Hayaku. So Hayo is Hayaku in standard Japanese. Neya. So colloquial contraction of nete, the te form of the verb neru, meaning to sleep. The te often becomes a long e in casual speech. Yeah. Okay, sentence ending. Okay, it's the da in. And let's see, de casual dialect connector. Instead of Japanese, this would be okay. This is Kansai Ben. Let's see. In instance with de is common to assert facts or give a friendly order, whereas standard Japanese. Okay. Might use yo, okay. So this is essentially the same as a hayaku nete. So I'm gonna quickly turn off the lights, essentially. I'm turning off the lights, go to sleep. So go to sleep quickly. I'm turning off the lights. Hayo ne is, yeah, so this ne is basically from nete, so it's in concept in ne, nete to ne. And you notice the sentence is ending on the te form essentially. I guess that's a way of saying that there could be more to be said, but he's not saying it. And then he's just ending it with a particle ya using concept in. So quickly go to sleep. I'm turning off the lights. Actually, could this be the da copula, or could this be yeah? See. Is the ya the da copula, or is it there to mean and? Wait, it's not, it's neither. It's a sentence final particle used to soften the command. Function is similar to the word before the verb form, okay, for Neru to sleep. Well, let's see. It's not a noun or adjective. Therefore, it cannot be the copula. Not and. The ya cannot mean and when listing nouns. The other part of ya can mean and when listing nouns. Here it appears at the end. Okay. Okay, could this be net? Let's see, net with a dragged out air on it. Thus, it is a noun before ya. No, the ne is not a noun in this context, nor is it simply the kanji ne with a dragged out vowel acting as a standalone noun. Okay, it is the clocote form of neru, sleep. Parallel examples: mite becomes me, tote becomes to, nete becomes ne. Right, the particle ya in this specific case phrase attaches to the te form of the verb to create a soft command, which suggests the equivalent of please do X or go ahead and do X. Structure: verb te form plus ya. It would make no sense in the case of hayo in the front of it. Okay. This soft command is not being done with ya as a copula. It is simply part of the word ne. No, the soft command is not formed by ya being part of the word ne. Okay, there are two distinct grammar elements. Okay, ne and ya. Sentence final particle attached after verb. It is not the copula, okay, but a particle specifically used in concept and to turn verbs into a soft command or suggestion. Ne ya, go to sleep. Let's see, in standard Japanese, des gets added to verbs even though it doesn't need it grammatically. It is just to make it more formal. Is it something like that? Yes, your intuition is very close, but there's a key distinction in how it functions compared to standard Japanese. In standard Japanese, adding des to a verb, ikimasu, instead of iku, changes the politeness level register, but keeps the grammatical meaning identical. Oh, that's right. I'm not verbs. I was thinking. See, I mean in standard Japanese, adding des to an I adjective makes it formal, even though it is not needed grammatically. Is it something like that? Yes, your analogy is exactly correct. Just like adding des to an I adjective in standard Japanese, atsui des adds politeness without being grammatically required. Adding ya to the verb form of neya adds a specific tone without being grammatically required for the verb's meaning. Here is the precise parallel. Okay. Atsui hot is a complete sentence. Atsui des adds politeness for formality. Concept and verb commands. Ne sleep te form is a complete grammatical unit often used as a light command on its own with a rising intonation. I'm guessing it's short for like a nete kudasai. Or ne kudasai, I guess they would say in Kansai Ben. So ne adds emphasis of urgency, familiarity. The ya is grammatically redundant for the action itself, but it adds the shape, the force of the command. Function versus politeness. While mechanisms like taking on an extra particle auxiliary is the same, the result differs slightly. Des changes politeness level, plain to polite. Ya, in this context, changes modality tone. Statement connectors, soft command Okay. So continuing, okay. Okay, ya changes modality tone. It turns a statement connector to a soft command emphasis. We write that the ya in ne ya acts very much like the des for our adjectives. It is an add-on particle that isn't strictly needed for the core grammar of the verb, but is essential for conveying correct social nuance. So, hayo ne ya, denki, hayo ne ya, denki kesu de.
肉まんしか言えなかった。はよねや、電気消すで。うん。ほなおやすみ。肉まんしか言えなかった。はよねや、電気消すで。うん。
Hona oyasumi, oh, well, good night. Yeah, yasumi by itself generally means break, but oyasumi is understood to mean like good night, and when said in that context. And O is just the honorific O.
肉まんしか言えなかった。はよねや、電気消すで。うん。ほなおやすみ。おやすみ。はあ、明日は最終面や。長い旅やったな。でも隣。はあ、明日は最終面や。長い。すみなさい。ほなおやすみ。おやすみ。はあ、明日は最終面や。長い旅やったな。おやすみ。はあ、明日は
Ashita wa
最終面や。
shumeya
長い旅やっ
nagai
た
tabayatana.
な。はあ、
Saishumen. Let's see, Saishu by itself. That's the wait, that's Saigo, isn't it? Saishu. Saishu. Last final closing, last train. Okay. Saishu, and then this me right here. Face, mass, striking it on the heading kendo surface. So, Saishu Menya, Nagai Tabi, travel trip journey. So, long journey. So, it was a long journey. I think this is supposed to be like the last chapter in his video game. So let's see, it was a long journey. Okay, so explain the grammar of Tabi. Saishumen, final stage level. Common in gaming or narrative context, Saishumen. And it's by itself just Saishumen. Final last. So Saishumen is like final level, okay? And it's a face guard surface, page, aspect. Okay, in this case I get aspect facet, yes. So this is the last aspect of the game, or the final chapter of it. So Saishumen. So 明日は最終面や長い旅やったな. So as for tomorrow, it will be the last chapter. It has been a long journey, or more literally, long journey was done to be a long journey. Okay. Long journey was essentially, but yeah. So 明日は最終面や長い旅やったな.
Yeah, 電気消すで。ほなおやすみ。おやすみ。明日は最終面や。長い旅やったな。でも隣にゆきとさんがいるんだ。面や。長い旅やったな。でも隣に
でも隣にゆきとさんがいるんだ. But next door, next room in this case, Yukito-san exists is more literally what it's being said. In other words, Yukito-san's in the next room. But Yukito-san's in the next room. It's implied room from context. Right now, it's literally just saying next. But Tonari has a certain context. Let's see. Context of Tonari compared to other relation words. Next to adjoining, something implying two objects are side by side with no other items of the same category between them. Okay, that's what it was. Two things next to each other. In this case, she's referring to the things as rooms. So Yukito-san's in the next room over. It doesn't literally mean right next to it. It's just the next room over. However, and it ignores what's ever in between the two rooms. So because it can only be used for things of the same category when referring to that. So if you're saying a building's, you might use Tonari for the next building over, because you don't care that there's a road and a bunch of cars in between the buildings. You're just talking about the next building over. So でも隣にYukito-sanがいるんだ.
面や。長い旅やったな。でも隣にゆきとさんがいるんだ。なんだかドキドキだよ。
なんだかドキドキだよ. First, see, I know it's supposed to mean like for some, I think it's like for some reason. So let's see, nanda, to be what? Why to be what? In other words, for some reason. I'm trying to think of what its literal translation would be. And then doki doki is basically heart beating rapidly, or doki doki is meant to represent the sound of a heartbeat. Doki doki. Explain the literal translation of Nanda Daka in somehow, somewhat. Okay. Yeah, in addition to it's a heart beating, it can also mean to get excited, or nervous, or fluttery. Let's see, is Nandaka put together, it literally means what is it or something. I guess you could think of it as to be what, but you don't know what that is, and then you're saying why to be what. Or in other words, why am I essentially Nandaka for what reason? Because to be some reason, and then why do I be to be some reason? So in other words, for what reason? Okay. So Nandaka Doki Doki Dayo.
隣にユキトさんがいるんだ。なんだかドキドキだよ。ケロちゃん、あのゲーム今日始めたばかりだったよね。ケロちゃん。
あ、ケロちゃん、あのゲーム、あ、あのゲーム、今日始めてばかりだったよね。So, Kiro-chan, as for Kiro-chan, that game today, did you just start playing the game today? So, Kiro-chan, あのゲーム、今日始めてばかりだったよね。Remember, bakari is the exaggeration thing, so I guess she could be implying that possibly starting yesterday's okay as well for the context of the thing. Because usually it's used for exaggerations. Let's see. Since bakari can be used for exaggerations, could it mean the day before today and no, bakuri in the phrase hajimete bakuri does not mean the day before today or indicate a longer. It specifically means just or recently. Okay. And okay, wow, it can't. In this context, with the past tense, but it emphasizes immediacy, not specific. Let's see. Kira-chan, あのゲーム、今日、 始めたばかりだったよね。Wait, which 始めて is this? Is that the begin or first? To start. Hajimeru. Hajimari. Hajimeri. Oh, Hajimari. Let's see. Hajimari Maru. Transitive. What was that other kanji? Which kanji of Hajimeru is this? What is the other kanji used with this word? Okay, the one we see is to start an action, to begin a process. Focus on the act at the beginning. The other kanji for the first time. Okay, so this is not the first time kanji. This is the begin. So did you begin the game today? So Kiru-chan, あのゲーム、今日始めたばかりだったよね。
ケロちゃん、あのゲーム今日始めたばかりだったよね。ほんまは1日で終わらすつもりやったんやけどな。始めたばかりだったよね。ほんまは1日で終わらす。
ほんまは、一日で、終わらす。Let's see. Let's see. Owaru would be to end. So Owara. What is Owara? Owara Sumori Yatan Ya Kedo. Oh, Sumori. Okay. Intention. Owara. Explain the grammar of Owara Seru or Owaed or Oeru is the standard. Okay, to finish. Transitive causative form of Owaru, meaning to end. Right, so the causative would be, yeah, Owara set. Oh, yeah, Owara Seru. But he said Owara Su. Okay, so why is it written as Owarasu instead of Owaraseru? In standard Japanese, the causative form of owaru to end is owaraseru. Okay, Kansai dialect, owarasu. This is a consistent rule in Kansai speech where the auxiliary verb seru becomes su. So saseru becomes sasu, and ikaseru becomes ikasu. Since your sentence already uses other Kansai markers like honma, real, true, and yatta. Okay, owarasu is the natural dialect choice to match the tone. Even outside of the strict dialect usage, owarasu is often perceived as more casual, colloquial. It sounds rougher, less formal than owaraseru. Okay, so it's basically a Kansai Ben thing. So, honma wa ichinichi de owarasu sumoi yatan ya keru na. So, actually, or actually, or perhaps in truth, essentially, in the duration of one day, caused to end in tension, there was but, and if I remember correctly, this yatanya is like da ta da, essentially making it sound more formal or informational. Let's see, why is it yataya and not just yatta? The n or the short nose normally as an explanatory tone. Yatta simply states it was, then yatan means the thing is, it was, explanation context. In your sentence, the speaker is explaining why they are in their current situation. Okay, why they, okay. Just saying yatta would sound like a blunt statement of fact without a soft explanatory context. Why not just yatan? The form yatan cannot end the sentence on its own in this context because it's grammatically incomplete. It functions as a noun phrase meaning the fact that it was, and requires a copula to complete the predicate. The polka normalizes the preceding clause, turning it into it was. The fact that it was missing element, just like a noun needs a verb to form a sentence. You cannot say I apple in English. You must say I am an apple. Yatan needs a copula. Oh, okay, so the n essentially is a normalizer, because that's how the information no works when you say things in an information way. And you can't just leave a hanging noun, you have to have a copula. So, honma wa ichinichi de owarasu tsumori yatan ya kedo na. So, actually, it was my intention to finish the game in one day, or more literally, actually, in the duration of one day. Cause to finish intention it was, and then to be that all that.
ケロちゃん、あのゲーム今日始めたばかりだったよね。ほんまは1日で終わらすつもりやったんやけどな。目悪くなっちゃうよ。
うん、あのゲー
ム今日始めたばかりだったよね。ほんまは1日で終わらすつもりやったんやけどな。目悪くなっちゃうよ。
目ゆくなっちゃぬくなっちゃうよ。Oh, 悪い bad oh, that's 悪い okay. 悪く oh, and this is naru. Yeah, this is natte shimau, or contracted to nachau. So, become badly, essentially. And we're talking about the eyes. So the eyes will end up becoming badly. Or in other words, your eyes will go bad. Me waruku nakchau yo.
今日始めたばかりだったよね。ほんまは1日で終わらすつもりやったんやけどな。目悪くなっちゃうよ。
Tokie no something no oto. Oh, hari, hand, for the hands of the clock. So toke no hari no oto. So hand of clock sound. Toke no hari. And something no oto. Obviously it's a bell, but see kane. Chime, toll of a bell. So bell, kane. Nanya, konna yaso, and Nanya konna yaso. Doko no kane, doko no kane ya. So Nanya, what is it? This late at night? Where is the bell? What's going on? What bell is that ringing so late at night? Yoru osoku. Osoi. Osou. Explain the grammar of contraction. Non is a contraction. Nani. So what? Okay. And then yeah. Kona demonstrative. This so Yoro so Yoro. Okay. Standard Japanese Yorosoku or Yorososhi. Yorosoi. Let's see. Yoro. Let's see. Was it? Yorososhi. Yoroshi. Wrong kanji. Yorosoku. So Yoroso, okay. Okay, this is the dialectal contraction, assimilation of Yoroshi late at night. Doesn't find that word Yoroshi. It's shown it as two different words, Yoru and Osoi. In Kansai dialects, I adjectives ending I can be dropped and merged, resulting in Yoroso or Yorosho. In Kansai dialect, the I adjective ending I can be dropped or merged, resulting in Yoroso or Yorosho. Ashidoku no, okay. Where, which, who's from where, and then kane, now meaning bear. Yeah, okay. Whose bell is it ringing so late at night, or what bell is this ringing so late? This type of phrasing is common in Kansai dialect Osaka, Kyoto, Kobe, and often appears in traditional songs, folk tales, and older literature. Use of nanya and ya at the end instead of nandai and deska is a key marker of the dialect. Is this one word? Yes, yoru osoku is treated as a single lexical item, functioning as an adverb meaning late at night. It's large, composed of two kanji characters. Let's see, night, evening, and okay. Japanese dictionaries, grammar resources listed as one entry rather than a separate word is often used in conjunction with mare, okay. Spell its hiragana in I adjective form. Let's see, yoru osoi. Let's see, what's he actually saying?
なんやこんな夜遅う。なんやこんな夜遅う。
Yoroso. Oh, he said konai. He didn't say kona. Konai yoso. Yeah, that's another Kansai band thing to do. Yoroso. Okay, so strangely enough, I can't find it in any dictionary. Let's see if I can find a dictionary with Yoroso in it. Standard Japanese Yodo. Oh yeah, Yodo Soi or Yodo Soku. Okay, Yodo Shi. In Kansai dialect, the I statement ending can be dropped or merged, resulting in Yodo So or Yodo Sho. So in other words, basically talking about it's late at night. Nanya kona Yodo So dono kane ya kane. Nanya kona Yodo So dono kane ya. So what is it? What is it this late at night? Which bell or what bell? In this case, implying what bell was ringing.
こんな夜遅どこの鐘や。なんやこんな夜遅どこの鐘や。
ドアが開く音 or the door opening sound. ドアが Oh, in this case they're suggesting hiraku. Is it by hiraku, that is that transitive or intransitive? So what's aku? That's intransitive. Yeah, so we need an intransitive word here. I think so. I think this is supposed to be aku, not hiraku. Is it, let's see, aku or hiraku? And door ga aku oto. Aku is the most common and natural reading for the intransitive action of a door opening on its own due to its mechanism. Hiraku can also be used as an intransitive verb here, but it often carries a slightly more dramatic, formal, or visual connotation of the door swinging wide open. Key distinction: if you're describing the sound of the this is some other person coming into a room. Or either aku or hiraku. So door ga hiraku oto.
さくらの学校の時計塔じゃねえか。
Sakura no gakko no toke something jane ka. Yeah, that ne is basically a masculine way of saying nai. let's see, Toke something. Sakura's school, and then Toke to clock tower. So tower steeple, so clock tower, okay. Sakura no Gakko no Toke to Jane ka. Is that not Sakura School's clock tower? Or in other words, is that Sakura School's clock tower?
この金や。
さくらの学校の時計塔じゃないか。
よく響くね。
さくらの学校の時計塔じゃないか。
よく響くね。
Yoku hibiku ne. To resound, to reverberate, okay. And then, so let's see, Yoku is either well or many times, often. So in other words, it's ringing many times. Probably more accurate interpretation. Let's see what a translator says. That really resonates, doesn't it? Oh, maybe it's ringing very well because they're talking about how loud it is, I guess. Yoku hibiku ne.
Sakuraの学校の時計塔じゃないか。
よく響くね。
普通なるかこんな時間に。
Let's see. Futsu, naruka, kono toke ni. No, kono jikan ni. Futsu, ordinary, usually. Yeah, normal, ordinary. Naru, to sound, to ring. Okay, so Naru is more like ring. I guess Hibiku is more like if you're focusing on the reverberation on how like well it's. Yeah, what is the difference between Naru and Hibiku? Difference between Naru and Hibiku. See, Naru is intransitive. Hibiku is also intransitive. Naru generally refers to the sound being produced in a closer range or a specific event like ringing bell, phone vibrating, or thunder rumbling. It focuses on the action of a non-living object or natural phenomenon emitting a sound. E.g., bell ga naru, the bell rings. Hibiku refers to the resonating, echoing, or reverberating over a farther range. It emphasizes the propagation of the sound through space or the lingering quality of the noise. So, naru for the source emission of sound. Okay, hibiku for the travel or persistence of that sound echoing, resonating, carrying through a space. See, futsu naru ka. Kona jikan ni. So, ordinarily, does it ring at this kind of time?
の時計塔じゃないか。
Only ring at a time like this. Futsu naru ka? Kona toke ni? Kono jikan ni, yeah. Jikan. Futsu, yeah, so.
よく響くね。
普通な。
Futsu naru ka? Kona jikan ni?
さくらの学校の時計塔じゃないか。
よく響くね。
普通なるかこんな時間に。
確かあの鐘は夕方5時にしかならないはずだよね。あの鐘は夕方5時。よく響くね。
普通なるかこんな時間に。
確かあの鐘は夕方5時にしかならないはずだ。
確か、あの鐘は、let's see. 夕方、5時に、5時に、しかならないはずだよね。
響くね。
普通なるかこんな時間に。
確かあの鐘は夕
I'm gonna be talking quiet for a while. Maybe I should turn them up.
さくらの学校の時計塔じゃないか。
よく響くね。
普通なるかこんな時間に。
確かあの鐘は夕方5時にしかならないはずだ。
That's right. Kata becomes gata. So you got let's see. You got is evening, but it is like the early evening. You got so 確か鐘は夕方5時にしかならないはずだよ。So I'm not sure why you got this here, but it's trying to say except for 5 o'clock, it doesn't ring. It should not ring. Yeah, this hazu has a should meaning to it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the bell's only supposed to ring at 5 p.m. So why is Yugata there? Oh, maybe instead of saying go, you could just say 5 in the evening. He's not saying 5 p.m., he's saying 5 in the evening. Why is Yugata in the phrase Japanese time-telling often uses yuga to distinguish evening hours from the afternoon go-go or morning goes in. While 5 p.m. is technically afternoon, it is commonly referred to as evening in casual conversation because it marks the transition period when people typically finish work or school and the day begins to wind down. Therefore, the phrase Yugata Goji simply means 5 p.m. and the full sentence translates to I'm sure the bell only rings at 5 p.m. Interesting. So in English, we keep p.m. going all the way to midnight. But in Japanese, they changed their word, go to yugata after 5 p.m. So I guess you'd only say go for 12 noon to before 5 p.m. 確か、確か、鐘は夕方5時にしかならないはずだよね。
こんな時間に。
確か鐘は夕方5時にしかならないはずだよね。
行かれとんちゃうんか？
行かれとんちゃうんだ、ちゃうんか？行かれた。行かれとん。This child is probably te shimau. So let's see. Explain the grammar of is a highly colloquial and dialect likely Kansai bin contraction of ikanakatan janaika. Didn't you go or you didn't go, did you? Let's see. Oh, that's right. In Kansai bin, let's see, chigau or chau. So they're using chau to mean different or wrong. And they're using that in place of nai. And then ikareton. Let's see. Ikanakata. Stem of iku re, part of the negative passive causative conjugation, the specific dialect form. In standard Japanese, the negative of iku is ikanakata. The ikare or ikanare appears in certain dialects or archaic forms, but here it serves as a root for the negative. Tone, a dialectal contraction of nai or nakata. Depending on the specific regional variation, often used in Kansai dialect to mean not or did not chew. Contraction of te, part of auxiliary verb of chau, which this, I don't think this is supposed to be te shimau. I think it's supposed to be nai. See, this is concept then. My previous statement contained significant errors regarding verb conjugation. Ikare from the verb ikareru, which is the passive potential form of iku, okay? So ikareru. Ikareru, okay. Meaning crazy, broken, what? Isn't this as an iku to go? Let's see. Tone, contraction of te oru. The kansai equivalent to teiru. Kansaben teoru often contracts to toru. When followed by auxiliary verbs or in rapid speech, the T can sound like it assimilates or simply the toru form indicating state of being. So ikare toru is okay. Being crazy. Okay, the N and tone here is actually part of the next contraction or specific phonetic shift in very casual speech. Chao, concept for chikao, meaning to be different or wrong. It functions as the negative copula janai. Ton chao, so ton chao or teoru janai. Isn't it that, or subject is? Okay, so let's see. It's the passive potential form of iku, but idiomatically it means to go crazy or to be broken. So, ikareru, to receive going. Sorry. How does it mean to be broken? It's passive form of iku, to go. Here, the grammatical logic behind the shift to go, to be broken. Okay, iku, to go. Ikareru, contracted, and into the slang of ikareru. Okay, literal meaning to be made to go, to be gone. Semantic shift, how go becomes broken. The meaning evolves through two main metaphorical paths common in Japanese slang. Mental state, to go crazy, okay? The logic follows the English idiom to go crazy or to lose it. It implies one's mind has gone somewhere else or one has been taken away from sanity. Describes a person acting irrationally. His brain has gone. He is crazy. Mechanical state, to be broken. This derives from the idea that the machine has gone past the point of no return or has been taken out of order. It is often used interchangeably with kawareru, to break. Nuance, it suggests a state where the object is completely useless or gone. The engine is gone, aka the engine is busted. So the clock tower has gone. In other words, it's broken because it's not functioning there. Okay, so it received going. Okay. So in the original phrase, ikare ton chonka, aren't you in the state of having gone broken or gone essentially? But isn't this passive? From the verb ikareru, which is passive. Let's see. Ikareru. Oh, that's right. Let's see, passive would be e no, potential would be ikeru. So this is passive. Ikareru. Isn't the potential form of iku, the word ika, no, ikeru. Why is the passive form used? Okay, because in Japanese grammar, the passive voice often conveys a nuance of involuntary change or loss of control or suffering, known as a suffering passive or adversary passive. Okay. Oh, konnichiwa, vede mia manza, genki desu ka? How are you? See, vede mia manza wa, this is a really cool idea, toimashita, or vede mia manza said. So, and then, oh, that's why that explanation of tone. Explain tone again. Tone is a contraction of teoru. Oh, that's right. Okay, so that's why. So this is passive continuous. Okay. So this iku gets conjugated to ika reru, which then gets conjugated into its uh passive continuous form of ika rete iru, but this is kansai ben, so that's ika rete oru, and te oru gets shortened down to tone, so this is ikare tone. And then this chau is a concept in way it comes from chigau, and it's a concept in way of saying different. I mean, not different, but nai. So it's just essentially the same as janai. So in other words, so so is that bell not in the state of having been made to go? In other words, is that bell broken? So ikare ton chaun ka, ikare ton chaun ka.
あるかこんな時間に。
確かあの鐘は夕方5時にしか鳴らないはずだよね。
イカれとんちゃうんか？でもあの時計今まで一度も壊れたことないんだよ。
でもあの時計今まで一度も something ことないんだよ。
イカれとんちゃうんか？でもあの時計今まで一度も壊れたこと
壊れた、そっち。So until now, so that bell until now, something not, either not, koareta, to be broken, to break, to fall apart, to collapse, to be destroyed. Oh, koareru, that's right, koareru. So, ichido for one time? Is it one time or first time? I think it's, yeah, one time. So, toki. So let's see. Ano toke imamare ichido. Let's see. Explain the grammar of not even once. Okay. Also one time. So it's supposed to be interpreted as not even once. This is the not even mo. Okay. This negative polarity item reinforces the negative verb that follows. Let's see. Ichido. Once, one time. Okay, so in this case, it's once. Demo, ano toke, imamare, ichido mo kowareta koto nine dayo. So, demo, ano toke, imamare, ichido mo kowareta koto nine dayo. So, but, that clock, up until now, even once, has not been broken. Or more literally, being broken kind of thing did not exist.
イカれとんちゃうんか？でもあの時計今まで一度も壊れたことないんだよ。
羽の音。羽。Let's see. No, kane. Yeah, hane is wing. Feather poker, yeah. Kane no oto.
夕方5時にしかならないはずだよね。
行かれとんちゃうんか？でもあの時計今まで一度も壊れたことないんだよ。
Shitamon. Oh. Is there any questions so far? Kiroberusu no akubi. Yawning. That's made from black gap fail, yawning radical expand. So gap and expand is yawning, okay. Keroberusu no akubi or Keroberusu's yawn.
昨日あれからよう寝られんかったな。
Right, so Shitsuman ga arimasu ka? Are there any questions? 'Cause otherwise want to raid. And please stick around for the raid. Okay, so okay, so one of the raids is gonna go to half past half, who's learning Japanese. Okay, we're gonna raid for the second raid Fused Ages TV, who's playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Okay, and we're gonna raid Kanade for the last raid. Minasan, okiyotsukete. Mata ashita. Goodbye, everyone. See you tomorrow.